Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Tacoma man accused of running illicit massage parlors in Wenatchee must remain in Chelan County Jail on $500,000 bond. The City of Wenatchee will host a groundbreaking ceremony to celebrate the beginning of the Wenatchee Convention Center expansion project. Cooler than normal temperatures today, with highs getting to around normal for the rest of the week. Your full local weather forecast is on the way. The mayor of Rock Island says he wants to be Douglas County's newest commissioner for District 2. Randy Agnew, a Republican, was first elected in 2015 and has twice been re-elected without opposition. He ran unsuccessfully for Douglas County PUD Commissioner in 2022. The District 2 Commissioner's seat has been held since 2016 by fellow Republican Kyle Steinberg, who told NCWLIFE News Today he will not seek a third term this year. When he filed for office Monday, Agnew accidentally filed to run in Douglas County District 3, which is not up for re-election this year. That filing has since been corrected. An East Wenatchee man is suspected of carrying a hefty supply of opioids, including a powerful combination of narcotics called Gray Death. 36-year-old Derek William Bianchi was arrested by East Wenatchee police Sunday afternoon after being stopped for driving on a suspended license. Police say a search of his vehicle then found 970 fentanyl tablets plus 28 grams of meth and about 2.5 ounces of Gray Death. Health officials say that's a powerful mixture of fentanyl, heroin, and related synthetic opioids, which can cause collapse and death even at small doses. Bianchi remains held in the Chelan County Jail on $25,000 bond. Douglas County prosecutors must file charges by tomorrow. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department was formed in 2022 by combining Chelan County Fire District 1 and Douglas County Fire District 2. Fire Chief Brian Brett says the new department's signage hasn't kept pace, and fire stations throughout the valley still have signage from the old districts. Last week, commissioners for the fire department voted yes on a $30,000 bid from Graybill Signs of Wenatchee to replace signage at all 10 stations. Brett says a committee of external stakeholders recommended that the department move quickly on this rebranding. The Tacoma man accused of running illicit massage parlors in Wenatchee must remain in Chelan County Jail on $500,000 bond. The Bellevue-based attorney for 61-year-old Lin Wei Yan asked Monday to drop the bail requirement and release Yan on his own recognizance since his U.S. passport was revoked last year. Yan, a Chinese national, is charged with money laundering, promoting prostitution, and leading organized crime for allegedly offering sexual services out of 2 Wenatchee massage locations. Judge Kristen Ferreira turned down the proposal for release without bail. Yan is now scheduled to face trial in June. His wife, Yan Yang, is also sought by police on the same charges but is believed to still be in China. When we come back, civil forfeiture is a legal tool in Washington that lets police agencies seize assets and properties tied to certain crimes, but is it fair? The City of East Wenatchee will host a groundbreaking ceremony to celebrate the beginning of the Wenatchee Convention Center expansion project. Authorities are seeking a suspect who allegedly stole roughly $2,500 worth of jewelry from the East Wenatchee Fred Meyer store. And the Chelan County PUD recently released an informational video on how to get the best use out of its parks. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
The Honda you want is here.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Civil forfeiture is a legal tool in Washington that lets police agencies seize assets and property tied to certain crimes. Departments accrued nearly $40 million from the practice between 2020 and 2022. But the state auditor's office says forfeiture practices can disproportionately affect some racial and ethnic groups, including in Grant County, where 34 out of 106 seizures carried out by the sheriff's office involved the property of Asian Americans or Pacific Islanders. Sheriff Joel Crete responded that the demographics reflect just 2 major cannabis seizures in which Grant County's Drug Task Force was asked to assist. Crete also claimed the report demonstrates a bias against the practice of forfeitures. The City of Wenatchee will host a groundbreaking ceremony to celebrate the beginning of the Wenatchee Convention Center expansion project. The expansion is estimated to cost $16 million in bonds, which will be repaid with lodging taxes and will be complete come fall of 2025. The groundbreaking ceremony will take place May 6th at 2 p.m. for a half hour in the center's outdoor plaza on Wenatchee Avenue. The Chelan County PUD administers more than 700 acres of parks all along the Columbia River, including most of the Apple Capital Loop Trail. As spring warms up this year, the PUD has unveiled a series of informational videos in both English and Spanish to help visitors get the best use out of its parks and trails. Here's a sample.
This is the Apple Capital Loop Trail, and so is this. And this. It's here for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
And whether it's your first or 10,000th visit to the Loop Trail, there are a few things we want you to know. First, the Loop Trail is a 10-mile loop that crosses the Columbia River twice. There are so many cool things to do on the Loop Trail that I don't even have time to show you everything. Second, there can be a lot of different people out here doing lots of different things. Third, since the Loop Trail and all this other stuff is here for everyone, we have some simple things that we'd like to ask you to do to keep it safe and fun for everyone.
Keep your speed under 10 miles per hour, especially in congested areas of the trail. You might see these signs up. They're pretty self-explanatory.
And give people a heads up when you're going to pass them. Try to say something or ring something before you're right next to someone. And if you don't know what to say, on your left works really well.
In case you're wondering, things like whistles, air horns, bull horns, soccer horns. Please, no.
The Loop Trail, it's more than a trail. It's one of the things that makes the Wenatchee Valley so great.
When you're out there enjoying it, we just ask you to make sure others can enjoy it too. A message from your PUD Parks Department. Here for everyone.
Authorities are seeking a suspect who allegedly stole roughly $2,500 worth of jewelry from the East Wenatchee Fred Meyer store. East Wenatchee police say the man, who was caught on store video, committed the theft on April 7th. He's described as about 5 feet 6 inches tall, slender build, and in his early to mid-20s. Anyone with information about the theft or the suspect is asked to call Rivercom at 663-9911. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will get to know Wenatchee's newest council member, Chelsea Ewer. Seasonal spring weather on tap for the rest of the week with a warm-up expected this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Mount Stewart Physical Therapy is all new. New staff, new therapists, and a fabulous new chiropractor. That's right, you do not need to drive to Wenatchee or Kashmir for your care. Come see Dr. Zolman, DC. No referral needed for most insurances. Open your auto and work injury claims with us, or fax your post-op and Medicare therapy prescriptions to us right here in town. We offer covered pelvic floor services. We are premium health care for the Upper Valley. Improve your quality of life today. Mount Stewart Integrative Therapy and Chiropractic.
Bienvenido al Centro de Resolución de Conflictos. Brindamos servicios a los condados de Grant y Adams, ayudando a empresas y personas a resolver problemas difíciles. Ofrecemos ayuda con conflictos de trabajo, problemas residenciales y asuntos familiares. Podemos capacitar a su personal en habilidades de prevención y resolución de conflictos. Llámenos al 509-237-3705 para obtener más información.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Wenatchee's newest city council member is now 2 months into her term. Chelsea Ewer was appointed by her fellow council members to take the District 2 seat formerly occupied by Mayor Mike Poyer. In her daily life, she is also the operations director for the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. In tonight's feature story at a recent special council meeting held at Wenatchee Valley College, NCWLIFE News caught up with Ewer to ask what led her to seek out a role in city government.
You know, I think that I've always had this volunteerism inside of me. I've volunteered ever since a very young age, and getting involved at the chamber with my role there just increased that to the next level. So getting involved in community development, economic development, government-related work really sparked a big interest in me. And then watching people that I admire so much, like Shiloh and Sherilee, stepping and doing what they do, really inspired me to do similar. So we were at a meet and greet similar to this one tonight when I really started to think about it and thought, why not give it a try? I think that my skill set could be really beneficial. So I went for it, and here we are.
Did you come to the council with particular desires or expectations? Did you have projects that you thought, maybe the city's not paying enough attention to this and I can get it in front of the right people?
You know, I think overall our city is doing an incredible job. The staff is phenomenal. I've been doing one-on-ones with all the directors, and it's been really inspiring to me to see like how smooth everything is running. They're really doing an incredible job. I think for me, being born and raised here, I see that our community is growing at a rapid rate, and I want to kind of harness that. I think that it's challenging for some people to see our city grow so quickly, but I think that we can really harness that and use it to our advantage. So being a part of kind of what the community will look like in 10, 20 years is really what's driven me to do this, be a part of that vision and future of the city, really.
Were there things you didn't know about how the city operates that you were surprised to learn when you joined the council?
I'm still learning. I think there's a lot to learn. I've been the most fascinated by learning about the utilities, to be quite honest. I think that there are things that we use and we know, but I think we take advantage of it. So going and seeing the boots on the ground and seeing the incredible work that they're doing and how much goes into it has really been eye-opening for me. It's been one of my favorite pieces of the tours that I've been doing.
And do you foresee yourself wanting to stay on the council past the term that you're filling, to run for another term?
Yeah, I do. I think that I only have 2 years on this term to finish out this term, and I see people say, you know, it takes a year or two to really gain your bearings and start to get into the groove, and I can understand why, because there's just so much. So yeah, I think after my term is up, I think I'll be ready to run again. And
do you have a mentor on the council? Is there another council member that you've kind of like, show me the ropes?
Yeah, you know what? They've all been fantastic, to be honest with you. I know many of them really well already because of work and through the Apple Blossom Festival and things of that nature. So it was really welcoming and warm coming into it, so I really appreciated that. I think when I look at mentors and people that I look up to, there's many leaders in the community that have kind of paved that way for me and that I look and seek guidance from, and that's been really, really helpful.
What else can people expect in a Chelsea Ewer term on the council?
Goodness gracious. You know, I hope to just be a good steward for the community, and I hope to listen to people not only in my district but the community at large, and really understand what their hopes and needs and visions are, and to help bring that to the council. I just want to help be that voice and the conduit to help bring everybody together and bring our community to the next level for the future.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Still some wind out there, not as bad as what we saw yesterday, but we still have those winds about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Beautiful shot looking out our weather window this afternoon, and you can see that camera is shaking around a little bit, and we all experience some of those windy conditions around our area. The good news about the wind, it's going to clear our cloudiness away, but that will also bring some chilly overnight lows, and we're talking that throughout the rest of the week. Mainly in extreme eastern Washington is where we will see the very cold temperatures. In fact, over there, upper 20s to mid 30s, and mainly it's Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and then once again Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And here at home, we're talking lows between 35 and 40 degrees. So just keep an eye on that vegetation. If you have planted maybe your garden or have some flowers out in your yard, it's going to get a little chilly throughout this week. All right, today's high temperature, speaking of chilly, we only got unofficially to 54 degrees this afternoon. That's 8 degrees below where we should be at 62. 76, our beautiful record high. That was set back in 1999. We started off the day at 39, and that's pretty much right in the ballpark for where we should be for overnight lows. 40's normal. 30, our record low, and that was set just a couple years ago in 2022. Sunrise this morning 6:09, and it sets for us tonight at 7:53. All right, let's take a look now at those Wednesday temperatures, and you can see we're going to warm up slowly. 62, so low 60s for the Columbia Basin. That goes for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy, and then 60s from Wenatchee into Entiat, also Chelan. A little warmer up in Omak at 62, 58 in Leavenworth, and 59 your high temperature tomorrow in Kashmir. Tonight we do expect those mostly clear skies, and that's going to make for a chilly overnight for us tonight, with lows mainly in the mid 30s. So that's getting down there where you kind of got to watch that vegetation a little bit. That goes for almost all of central and eastern Washington. For Wednesday, sunny skies. We'll call it seasonal, about normal for high temperatures, with those readings right around 60 degrees for us tomorrow. And boy, it's going to be nice all up and down the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest. For Thursday, sunny skies once again, and boy, we are seeing sunshine throughout the area. It'll be fair on Thursday. Again, high temperatures consistent right around 60 degrees. Ending our work week on Friday, maybe some breezy conditions, but look at all of those clear skies out there. We're going to warm up into about the low 60s on Friday, and then we're just going to keep going up from there as we get into the upcoming weekend. Area of high pressure, that'll keep us mostly clear with just a few clouds in western Washington Saturday. Going to warm up again into the low, maybe even mid 60s on Saturday. For Sunday, mostly sunny and warmer, maybe just a few high clouds out there in the afternoon for Sunday. Going to be a nice one though, with highs in the mid 60s, and then getting into the end of our forecast and kicking off your next work week. I think you're going to like it. Mostly sunny skies, big ridge of high pressure up and over the Pacific Northwest, and that will allow us to warm up on Monday into the upper 60s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. Tonight, and boy, throughout this week, we are talking some chilly overnight lows. We talked about it at the top of the weathercast, but 60 degrees your high temperature tomorrow, 61 on both Thursday and Friday. Sunny skies each day, mostly sunny on Saturday to kick off our weekend, and 62 degrees, and then mostly sunny and beautiful both Sunday and Monday. 65 your high Sunday, with a high Monday almost 70 at 69 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Spring is here at the Chelan Ridge Winery. Check out the all-new deck area, enjoy an amazing view, new vintage wines, and that down-home hospitality Chelan Ridge is famous for.
Wine Girl Wines is already famous for wine, beer, and great entertainment. And now they have added craft cocktails to the list of food and drink. So pop on by our Manson location for some good old-fashioned fun.
Let Merry Maids custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maids cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
Well, the Mariner offense finally woke up last night. They scored a season-high 9 runs, and they easily ran away from the Cincinnati Reds. The final was 9-3. Jorge Polanco and Mitch Haniger led the way with home runs to ignite the M's.
Shortstop J.P. Crawford leading off the bottom of the first inning.
It's a J.P. at bat, led the league in walks last year, and it's a good sign right here. So Julio looking to pick up his numbers. His last 3 games, 3 for 20 over his last 5 games with no homers and 2 RBI. Up high, so the first 2 men are aboard via the walk. Now you got to get him in.
Montas, 14 pitches, just 4 strikes.
And here's Jorge Polanco. He had one of the big hits yesterday in that 3-2 loss.
Big drive, right field. Goodbye. Jorge Polanco with a 3-run homer, and the Mariners cash him in. Back-to-back days, home runs here at T-Mobile Park.
Candelario, high fly, deep right center. And that is gone. Dropped down to 7th in the order. He got his first multi-hit game as a Red yesterday, and an impressive second home run as a Red here tonight.
3-2 to Polanco. He's aboard again. 5th walk. We're only in the 3rd inning.
Talked to Mitch today, and he goes, yeah, I feel good, but I'm still not all the way locked in. I'm like, well, that's a good sign.
Now, this one drilled to the gap. Left center field. Headed for the pad. And it's gone. Home run, Mitch Haniger, right on cue. And with his 3rd homer. RBIs 9 and 10. Mariners get 5 on the board, everybody. We're in the 3rd inning. Here's Cal Raleigh. See if he can score him or minimum move him along.
Swinging a line drive into center field. Benson closed it in, coming in, has to play it out of bounds. France was halfway, waiting to see if it would be caught or not. He advances into 3rd. Cal Raleigh is aboard for the 2nd time tonight. He singles to center. Now the Mariners have something cooking. Runners on the corners right away. Nobody out.
Jonathan Class A. He is looking for his first big league hit. This is his debut evening.
Swinging a ground ball with some eyes through the left side for a base hit. Ty France scores from 3rd. Jonathan Class A in his first big league game picks up his first major league hit, and he drives in a run.
Standing ovation for the kid just up from AAA Tacoma. What a throw.
Haniger walked and also cranked out a 2-run home run.
Down the line. Fair ball. Julio takes his time. He'll score. Polanco, he's rolling. Gets a stop sign from Manny. What a night for Mitch Haniger. RBI double at 7-3 Mariners. 3rd RBI for Mitch. His 2nd hit tonight.
0-1 to France. Swinging a high fly ball out to Steer in left field. This is plenty deep. Polanco getting ready to tag. Steer makes the catch. Here comes Polanco on his way home. And he scores standing. It's a sacrifice fly by Ty France. An 8-run night for the Mariners. Let that wash over you. Haniger is the only base runner now. He stands at 2nd.
Really perfect bunt hit. 3rd baseman's playing very deep in that 1st inning. Is this a bleeder? It's going to get down. Everybody runs. Look at Big Thunder rolling. Go for 3, big fella. Yes, he is. And Luke Raley's in there with an RBI triple.
The earth rumbling as Luke Raley makes his way all the way around to 3rd base. It's a 9-3.
The Mariners scored the most runs they've scored since August of last year. That's when they scored 13 against Kansas City. It'll be the M's and the Reds again tonight at 6:40 on Root Sports. How did the rest of the division do in the American League West scoreboard? Let's take a look. As you can see, the Rangers just snuck by the Tigers yesterday. Angels took care of the Rays. Braves beat the Astros by 5. The Cardinals snuck by the A's. The final there was 3-1. But the Seattle Kraken, they're just playing out the string. 2 games left, and that's it. They can finish over 500. They've been stuck at 79 points for a long time. They're in Winnipeg tonight to take on the Jets. They'll drop the puck at 5 o'clock on Root Plus. Then they wrap up their regular season and their season period because they're not going to the playoffs. That'll be in Minnesota on Thursday. Well, all the local high school spring teams are now in the second half of their season. It begins tonight for the Wenatchee Panther boys soccer team. They're trying to avenge a 3-1 loss to Sunnyside back in March. They'll take on the Grizzlies at Leib off the field at the Apple Bowl at 7 o'clock tonight. Eastmont, first place in the Big Nine, on the road at Moses Lake at 7 o'clock. Earlier today, Prosser will host Ellensburg, and East Valley welcomes Ephrata into town. More prep soccer, the smaller schools. Chelan will be at Omak at 6 o'clock. Cascade, first place in the Caribou Trail League. We'll try and keep that alive. They're at Vale Elementary to take on Kashmir at 6 o'clock. Earlier at 4:30, Okanagan welcomes Manson, Orville welcomes Bridgeport, and Brewster travels to Tenasket in boys soccer. Baseball, Dan White Field will be the site of the Panthers and the Wildcats. A single game at 5 o'clock. The doubleheader will be on Friday. We'll have that for you. Davis travels to Moses Lake at 5 o'clock. At 4:30, Kashmir welcomes Omak, Quincy welcomes Cascade, and Brewster welcomes Chelan. And softball, this game will not be at Walla Walla Point Park. Eastmont at Wenatchee. Normally Wenatchee plays at Walla Walla Point Park. This game this afternoon at 4 o'clock is actually going to be at Wenatchee Valley College. At 4:30, it's Cascade at Quincy. Elmira Cooley Heartline, England Dan and John Ford Coley will be at Ephrata at 5:30 in girls fast pitch softball. Tenasket Lake Roosevelt at 4:30. Libertyville at Okanagan at 4:30. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.